Emerging Brands of Bharat, powered by the Great India Retail Summit 2024. Brands really struggling to raise money, investors being super cautious. What is the sentiment on ground?
You've got a lot of investors out there who are ready to back businesses which are founded on right fundamentals and which are building businesses or solving true consumer problems and are setting up long-term businesses. Never raise more than what you need.
What should one be looking into when you're choosing your investor?
Most difficult and most important decision that any founder can make. Figure out what other than money you think your investors can help you with.
Hello and welcome to ETRetail's exclusive series, The Emerging Brands of Bharat, powered by the Great India Retail Summit 2024. In this series, we're speaking with the next big retail brands of India, and today we are in conversation with the co-founder of one such brand, which is building technology-backed sleep solutions for India. Founded by the husband-wife duo Harshal and Priyanka Salot in 2019, the sleep company has raised a total of USD 49.3 million till date. The company counts marquee investors as its backers. Let's hear more on this with Priyanka Salot, the co-founder of the company. Hi Priyanka, thank you for joining us.
Hi Pallavi, absolutely a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me here today.
Priyanka, I want to start with a very hot topic right now. You've just raised money. I mean, we want to understand and get some ground reality. You know, a lot has been spoken over the last 1 year around winter funding and, D2C brands really struggling to raise money, investors being super cautious. When a company like yours, which has gone out and raised such a large sum, what is the sentiment on ground? I mean, what is the conversation you had with your investors or with new potential investors when you go out in the market in times like these?
Yeah, so I think I'll take that Pallavi in 2 points. One is absolutely there are, you keep on hearing this word, it's become the buzzword, the funding winter. Right, everybody is talking about it. And if you see, there was an article which captured that this year has been the lowest funding infusion in the last 7 years, right? And I think, but the reality is companies which are doing well, brands which are doing well and building sustainable businesses, right? I think there is nothing called funding winter. Right, you've got a lot of investors out there who are ready to back businesses which are founded on right fundamentals and which are building businesses or solving true consumer problems and are setting up long term businesses, right? Obviously, I think what has gone away is I think specifically during COVID you saw that there were a lot of startups coming in, right? I think it's not easy to get money if you are in it for short term, if you are in it for just burning money. And growth is not the only parameter, I think, that defines a business, right? You have to look at a lot of other things, and I think that's what sets the sleep company apart from, I would say, maybe a lot of others out there. I think we started, as you said, October 2019, and from day one we've been very clear on two things. One, we want to become world's best comfort tech brand by revolutionizing, upgrading the way people sleep and sit. We want to make people sleep better, we want to make people sit better, right from. And second, from day zero we've run it very very responsibly is what I would say. We want to build a long term sustainable profitable brand which can deliver for all stakeholders, be it my consumers. We provide products which are far superior than anybody else, be it my stakeholders, my investors. I think, as you know, our existing investors actually doubled down on their investors, which is Premji and Fireside Ventures. They have, participated in this round and have doubled down, which shows the confidence they have on the brand and the business, right? And third is obviously our employees. So I think we make sure that we continue to focus on all three stakeholders and build a great brand and a business.
Wonderful. I think having a strong set of core values around which you want to build your brand really makes a difference, and that's what people resonate with.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely, completely agree.
Priyanka, I want to take a step back here and just recall this conversation I had with you last year when you raised a big round. It was in November or towards the end of
Yes,
October.
end of October.
And the highlight was that before that, you had raised a pre-seed and there was a significant jump. So for a brand like yours, which is still new in the market, you know, what
Yeah.
what exactly changed? I mean, were you looking for such a big jump in money? Were you looking for such a huge influx? Or when you went out, did the investors tell you that, okay, now, yeah, you're doing good. You need more money. This is what the strategy should look like. I'm trying to understand, how does a founder's mindset change and how do you build that confidence that, okay, we went out, we raised this much, we have that confidence that, okay, we can ask for that much.
Yeah.
Just trying to understand that.
Yeah. So I'll tell you two things on that. One is I would always tell everybody who's looking to raise money, never raise more than what you need, right? There is no reason for founders to dilute more than what is really needed, right? How do you define what is needed, right? I think as founders we all should know and should know what is our big building blocks or growth drivers, let's say in the next 18 to 24 months. And when we are looking for fund, we should at least raise for 18 to 24 months, because raising funds is a very time consuming, cumbersome process, and it takes a lot of bandwidth of founders specifically, right? You don't want to be raising funds every 6 months or 9 months, right? So that's why, make sure that you raise for at least 18 to 24 months, and you don't raise more than what you really need. Right, I'll tell you a little bit about the journey of our fundraisers and how did we decide what was really needed. So we started October 19. For the first 1.5 year we were bootstrapped, and we decided to do that because we wanted to be sure that, one, we wanted to make sure before we go to investors we were very confident of the business we were running. Is there a product market fit, right? That was very very important for us to validate that is there a product market fit. And I think today the good thing is digital enables your ecosystem to quickly launch, test products, do multiple iterations, and figure out a product market fit, right? I think once we figured out a product market fit, we saw amazing growth on the brand and consumers loved the product. And we were digital first brand, right? We said it's time that we should get somebody on board, one who understands digital first brands, two who can give us access to a lot of resources in the industry, right? And we were lucky that we got Fireside Ventures on board. Who better than them to understand brands, and that to digital first brands, right? And we raised a small amount of money because we were digital first. That time we wanted to invest mainly on two things. One was driving awareness and education around our technology and products, and two was continue to innovate and invest in R&D of our products. So we raised around a 13 CR amount, which that time was a good enough amount for us to for last for 18 months. And that money we raised in around June 21, right? And then a year later, we realized the business performed far better than our expectations. We grew 3x, right? And but we were growing very responsibly, as I always say, right? We were never bleeding money crazily. We were, and that time, we were getting a lot of feedback from our consumers that we love your product. A lot of people who wanted to buy the products, they said we love your technology. Everybody's talking about it, but it's an investment I'm going to do for 10 years. You sleep on a mattress, at least you don't change a mattress in India in 8 to 10 years, right? People said we need to touch and feel it. right? And we decided very soon in our journey that we need to go omni, we need to have our own experience centers, because we wanted to be true to the DNA of being direct to consumer, right? So I think that's when we decided we need more funding, because opening your own experience centers obviously need capex. But we were very clear that we need funding, obviously, one, to open experience centers, two, to continue investing in our product and awareness for our technology. And that's when I think we raised our first big round, when Premji Invest came on board last year, October. And we raised around 175, 176 cr. And I think again, we raised money because because we are very clear, for us we need to continue increasing reach, have more and more consumers touch and feel our products. And that's the reason we raised another round of funding.
No, that was very detailed, Priyanka. And for a founder who's looking to raise money or is in this process, this really helps, right? I just want to build on something you highlighted about finding the right investor. You know, investors are not just people who only give you money. There's a lot more value that one seeks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so just want to build on that and understand, what should one be looking into when you're choosing your investor? I mean, it's a give and take process, right? The brand also chooses. So yes.
Absolutely, Pallavi. I can't agree more. And I think it's one of the most difficult and most important decision that any founder can make. One, your you said it right. You're not, obviously, we are very, like, you need money, and right, you're looking for the partners who can give you money. Completely agree with that, right? But what is even more important, you're going to work with them for the next at least lot of years of your life, till the time you're in that business. So you need to find people, one, who can synchronize with the vision you have on the business, right? Who can get as excited as you are about your business with your business, right? You want to have people who are equally excited and who believe in your vision. Very, very important. You cannot work with investors who don't believe in the vision you have for the business, or who have a different point of view on the business and maybe want to change the way you're looking at the business. That's not going to work. So I think that's one thing. Second, you need to be very clear. Figure out what other than money you think your investors can help you with. As I said, when we got Fireside Ventures, and we love them, right? I always say that we were very clear we needed to understand what other digital first brands are doing, and how are they building businesses, and how are they leveraging digital ecosystem to build a brand. And I think we got all the help from them. And when we decided to go omni, we wanted somebody who understands omni brands, who understands retail. And who better than Premji Invest, right? Again, so I think we've been lucky in getting the right partners. And one thing I would advise, don't just run after a valuation. Right, it's okay if it's 5-10% here and there. I'm not saying that you should take something that's not fair. Right, but don't try to just get the investor who would give you the best valuation. Look at the total things, look at that as a package you're getting, right? Is it the right partner, not the right investor? Is it the right partner you can discuss your ideas with, you can brainstorm with, if you have any problems you can go to. Because trust me, being an entrepreneur, being a founder, the journey is very difficult. A lot of us see the good things which come on LinkedIn feeds, etc., but it's all ups and downs, right? And you want somebody who's standing with you, not just during your ups, but who's there with you during the challenging times as well. And that's very, very important. And I think that's when you truly find value in having the right investors who are there with you in your challenging times as well.
I think that was a super honest answer, Priyanka, and a much needed one as well.
Yeah,
Because yeah, I mean, it's not just about valuation. You have to find the right. It's like a partnership, just like a marriage. I just believe that.
absolutely, absolutely. Because together, investors and founders, you can either build a brand or you can destroy a brand, right? And that's why it's very important to be in sync with each other.
To build a little on this entire partnership between these two entities. when you, as the brand matures, as the founders mature, does the idea of what you wanted to build maybe 5 years before, does that evolve? And as when investors come on board, when they get more skin in the game, how does that maybe impact your thought process as a founder? How do you maintain your position, and how do you still remain open to take that feedback and incorporate in your business? I see it as a very tricky position to be in, you know?
Yeah, for us, it's been little simple, and I think there are two parts to look at. Is one is the DNA of your business. If I'm a comfort tech brand, if I want to make people sleep and sit, that has stayed consistent over the last 4 years since we launched the brand in the country, right? That hasn't changed. And I think that, today, if, let's say someone's investor says, oh, from a comfort tech brand, become something else. I don't think that can happen. And that's what founders need to be very clear of what they are building. So your DNA cannot change. However, what can change is how you execute that DNA, right? Because the world is, we are an evolving ecosystem. Your consumers are evolving. How to reach your consumers is changing. So I think that's where agility and flexibility is very, very important for the founders and anybody who's building a business, right? For example, 2 years back we were talking about digital, 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 right? Today, to be honest, everybody, the buzzword has become omni. We a lot of times laugh about it, but the reality is, in COVID, people were shopping online, and that's why digital adoption increased. And you needed to make sure you're present on digital so your consumers could discover you and buy you, right? Today, for us, lot of 90% of our consumers shop offline and they want to touch and feel the product. So we need to make sure we're present there, though they still find us on digital. So you don't change your DNA. We don't change the DNA of being direct to consumer. We're still having our own experience center. So I think one needs to be flexible and strike a balance between who you are, and you don't change who you are. But at the same time, you adapt to the changing environment to make sure you execute in the most efficient way, to build a very efficient business is what I would say.
Perfect. No, I think that will be my biggest takeaway from, our interaction. And Priyanka, to close, before we close this, one final question. The company currently stands at an ARR of around 350 crore, and I know your vision. You guys say you want to build it into 1,000 crore company to start with, right?
Yeah.
With this, when you enter this phase of hyper growth now, and to be, still be sustainable, still be cautious, you know, what are the core pillars on which we will see the sleep company achieving that mark going forward?
I think for us, we're very clear. There are three core pillars. And as I say, today, and these are the three core pillars that have helped us to become the fastest growing brand in this category. The sleep company has been tripling business year on year for the last 3 years. And I think the three pillars for us, one is our products, which are designed, invented, we've got patented technologies in the country. Our products, having products that are designed for consumers and are really helping our consumers sleep or sit better is our one big moat. I always say, if you look at India, we're the second most sleep deprived country. We spend almost 26 years of our life sleeping on a mattress and another two-thirds of our life sitting on an office chair. Most of us, right? And we are trying to make that better, right? But you need to make sure, are your products actually delivering on the promise you are making or not, right? So I think first very important thing for us is our products, and science backed, innovation backed products that we have. Second thing which is very important for us is customer delight, not just by our products, but how do we service our consumers? So, and that's where I think direct to consumer approach really helps us. We listen to our consumers, we enable two-way conversation for our consumers. And that's where I think we are really disrupting this industry with a omni approach. Most of the players in this industry are dependent on distributors and retailers. We have no middleman. Right. Third is building a brand. We are a consumer brand, and I think our focus on educating consumers on importance of sleep, importance of ergonomics, and building a brand is very, very important. And I think that's what we've been doing for 4 years, and our focus will be with single-minded focus. We continue to drive all the three modes that the sleep company has, even for the coming years.
Wonderful. It's always, so exciting to hear founders talk about, the ethos around which they want to build brand. I think that's my favorite part of having a conversation. So thank you so much for that, Priyanka. And, the inputs, as always, you're always bang on with your answers. So really love them. Thank you for taking out time and really looking forward to more excited, information and announcements from the sleep company.
No, thank you so much, Pallavi. Absolutely enjoyed our conversation, and it was a delight to always talk to you. So, thank you for having me here today.